murderers and mass killers because they're neurologically something is wrong with them. That's why in psychology I can actually
let's not
take a
get
minor
too
in.
far off the
No,
topic.
this is important. This is important though. In psychology, there's a minor that goes into law. Do you know why? Because not everybody who commits a crime is actually really a bad person. They have a mental issue. Literally, they're
Yes,
born this
we
way.
already know that, but let's not get too far
So
off
we
topic.
keep they're
Let's
guilty, but
stay
to a certain extent.
let's stay on the topic about the dynamics with the woman and the man.
But honestly, I
So
need a break. This
right. So
conversation is like
that means your job of speaking is done. You just listen now. You don't have to speak. You could listen.
I'm tired of talking about this conversation. It's kind of making me like uncomfortable and like weird. Like
It's making you
it doesn't
uncomfortable.
apply to me.
It doesn't apply to you, so
I'm
it
not a
shouldn't.
gay. I
If
like
it doesn't
men
apply to you, then
and
it shouldn't bother you. I'm live right now, so I'm going to talk about it because people need to know about this type of shit. People need to understand how if a woman,
but you have freedom to choose
people,
what you want to
if
hear,
pe-
what you want to talk
so
about,
if
what
you
you
want
want
to
to
get
be
off the phone,
around,
if you want to
and
get off and this is what I mean by availability. If see, you easily will strike out when it comes down to certain conversations with me because I'm the opposite sex. But when it's uncomfortable conversations with another woman, you might be more lenient and give it more opportunity just because you feel like she's a woman. And all that comes from back to the conversation I was saying about the dynamics between you and your mom.
but yeah, I'm gonna listen.
Same thing with a
I'm listening.
guy. Same thing with a guy. A guy might need another man. He might not take it as value coming from a woman, so he need another man to show him what it is, and then him having another man to show him what it is. Next thing you know, boundaries get crossed, and then some foul shit start happening. That's what you call foul play. Niggas be in jail and prison doing foul play because of having another man. Guys who go to jail or prison is only because they need another man to show them how to be a man. And depending on the guy and who the guy is, the guy can motherfucking he can show this man how to be another man by teaching him some shit, thinking it's okay when it's not really okay. Oh, this what guys do. Guys be fucking each other. That ain't okay. So it can happen as a child.
So, would you give the same grace to a man if you had this conversation with a man? Like, just how you were saying how, like, the availability that I have about this conversation, you're saying because you're a guy.
So
It's not even because
you
you're a
talking
guy.
about, okay,
It's just, I don't even
availability.
like talking about it.
You saying that because would I give a man the same grace as what I
Would
are you
you be
saying?
able to still have the same conversation if it was a man talking about the same thing with you? Like, would you, if they do this talking to you, would you be having the same amount of availability to listen to him and hear what he had to say? Like, what these topics are about? Would you?
I had a gay uncle, so I'm guessing I have a gay uncle, so I'm guessing yes. But see, and then that goes into dynamics too. Having a gay uncle in the family, it fucked up the dynamics in a way where he could be subconsciously trying to imprint on guys around him that could be straight, but because it's a gay person in front of you, it can fuck with your psyche where you thinking talking to a gay person is normal. So that means if your question is, do I have more availability and understanding and listening towards a gay person? Honestly, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you yeah. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you no neither because it's been a while since I've been around. It's been a while since I've been around my gay uncle. But have I had conversations with him and have I had to listen to him before? Yes. But that doesn't mean everything he was saying I took it as face value because everything I remember he would say boy sometimes he would say anything he like I remember at one point in time basically this is how you convert people to become gay when you if you a straight man and you talk to a gay guy and in a way if he has influence on your subconscious mind and belief then of course he's going to be more available to him than he is his girlfriend that's his girlfriend so he gonna shut her out because man don't listen to girl, woman too emotional. They all over the place. So he ain't gonna really listen to her like that. He ain't really gonna talk to her like that because he ain't gonna take his girl serious. There is guys out here who does not take their female serious because they feel like they a female. And that can be sexist. In a way that can be sexist. So then
You don't think that way about me.
so then you got guys who would literally go talk to the same sex as them, which is a guy. It doesn't matter if he's straight or gay, but if he had experiences around men, then of course subconsciously he can be gay because he allows men to have more influence in his life, which is nothing wrong. As a guy, you're supposed to have male influence, but you should not have another man in your life trying to dictate your choices for you, because at that point, that's not your homeboy, that's not your brother, that's not your man, that's not your bro. That's a nigga trying to pimp you out, trying to turn you into a hoe. That's a nigga trying to pimp you out, trying to do some Diddy shit and trying to fuck you in the booty. That's a nigga who basically can run you. It's guys, I'm gonna tell you from a guy perspective, guys out here who take away a man. One of the ways guys take away a man's man.
You don't even gotta do
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about one of the ways a guy takes a man's manhood is by hoeing him. And by hoeing him, meaning by getting him to do it, whatever they want him to do, getting him to act however they want him to act. Basically, they got control over his mind because he got so much influence of him wanting to be like a man and listening to a man. He not putting up his walls or boundaries because because they just like him that they not gonna try to fuck him over. Before you know it, he trying to do everything to prove to them why he want to be like one of them, and now he over here getting bent over. Or let's keep it heterosexual. Now he over here doing some crash out dummy shit, and this is my experience. I'm over here crashing out, trying to rob a corner store, trying to prove who I am to these niggas about I'll go rob a corner store and do it and actually do it and then get caught. And then when I get caught and now I'm trying to deal with the police, it's all because I was trying to prove myself to some niggas who ain't even really about that life. The fact that I went to go do it, the fact that we all rode to Walmart and I walked out with that bike and I really took that bitch and everybody ditched me and everybody tried to leave me, shows me that I was really around a bunch of lame ass niggas. And that's one way. They try to take a manhood away from you. They try to hold you and be like, "Oh, I got control over this nigga. I can make this nigga crash out. This nigga a do boy. He'll go do whatever. He'll say, you know what I'm saying." And then the other way niggas take away a manhood is by holding him, by making him, by basically turning him inside out, making him a girly girl from the inside. Just how females can make a girl. Just how females can turn. Just how females can turn a tomboy into a girly girl, or just how tomboy females can turn girly girls into tomboys. So it really go both ways. And the whole point of this conversation was because I was asking you about the experiences, and then you told me I'm still on live too. You told me about the feet thing. So then when you told me that, I wanted to see if you understood how you was more available for him than his own girlfriend.
Yeah.
And sometimes being the girlfriend is not always the prize, because females be like, "Oh, my man, he got a ring on me," and you the bitch who ain't even available for him. He gave you the ring just so you can stay the fuck away from him, because he already know you ain't available. He already know you ain't shit. He already know if a man wants some coochie and y'all been living together and you stop giving him some, or you say you got to put him on a schedule, then reality is you ain't available as much as you think you is. It's females who will put restrictions. From my experience, I was dating the light-skinned girl, the one from Orlando, who moved to Orlando, who now pregnant. She would live with me and not make me available to her while living with me. I wouldn't be surprised if a nigga decided to have sex with her and nutted in her and not tell her, because she be acting so unavailable when you be living right next to her. So I'm just hoping. Hold on, because I can put this on mute. They don't need to hear this. case it was sexual.
That much
Wait,
riskier
but
than
no,
Ross anyway.
wait. Listen, because in this case it was sexual, he decided to hit you up because you was more available. This nigga went out of his way to pick you up and bring you back to where he stayed because you was more available. You see how far a nigga would go for a female if they more available? Do you see that, right?
Yeah, I see it. The power in the pussy.
The power, it ain't even just that. You got to finish the whole sentence. The power in side pussy, side bitch pussy. The power, a side bitch will always come through because she's available.
Because she's single. Duh.
Because she available. The side bitch will pull up to the nigga house in the rain if she got to.
Because she's single and got nothing else better to do with her life besides, and you know what she done with you? She's gonna go to the next nigga house.
Hey,
that's what hoes do.
Hey, unless the dick good, if the dick that good, she gonna try to make it be known that she around when you ain't around. You gonna start seeing soaps and shit. You gonna start seeing panties and shit. So if you do not want that, I'm not saying me because I'm spiritual. I live life differently. I don't live like that, and
I wouldn't even be mad though. Like if you decide to make someone else available because you feel like I'm not enough for you, I'm not gonna be mad. It's just gonna be showing your true colors and showing how you move. Shit, I'd rather you be.
But why would I see it? No, that's stupid. That's what I mean by I'm spiritual. Like, why would we go through everything we went through? I get back in contact with you in March. Why would we do everything we've been doing since March all the way to now? Why would we do all of that just for you, just for me to do something like that? I mean, wait. I mean, why? You think I would do something like that because we living in my apartment and I can do that? You think I could? That's why? Because when I didn't have no money. When I didn't have no money, I didn't have nothing like that. So and I'm trying to understand what's the difference between the main girl and the side girl. The side girl don't have as much love as the main girl, but the side girl be more willing to show up. So what is it that the main girl can do that the side girl doing?
You know why the side girl show up more? Because she don't have to put in as much effort. Just like how when you was telling me about the guy with the locks. He didn't have to put in much effort because he wasn't my boyfriend. So basically, what I'm saying is that
damn. Now that wait, he never put in as much effort as I did. Now that I think about it,
nah, I wouldn't say he did. Nah,
I was around you for almost 3 years, Shayla. No man has put in that much effort.
The point is, if you a side piece, you ain't got no boyfriend, so you ain't responsible for what goes on with him and the other girl. Of course, you're not gonna care. You care free. So you really ain't gotta worry. You can still go home to your own crib. Matter of fact, yet she probably can go back to her own crib, call the nigga she really want to be with, who ain't got no girl, and they colored up, and she ain't got no worries. They can hang out as long as they want to hang out. She can leave when he want to leave. They can go when they want to go, and they ain't responsible for each other like that. But with a girl, with a guy who got a girl, he responsible for the girl, and the girl responsible for.
And now imagine she pregnant. Now he responsible for her because she pregnant. Now he got to make sure she going through the pregnant. Now she got to make sure. Now the female trying to look at him differently to see if he gonna treat her differently because she pregnant. So now he got to try to put in more effort buying food, ice cream and shit because the baby might want some type of flavor or something. Now the nigga putting it, and that's what I mean by I don't want no kid. My mom never really made me. I mean, she's doing better now. But growing up, I never was a priority. So the type of experience I'm looking for now, especially having my own apartment and my own car, I want to have that carefree, but still want to be. I still want to be in a relationship with you. I'm gonna tell you this now. I still want to be in a relationship with you, but I want to have that. I want to have that type of carefree type of not dynamic, but like lifestyle. Like I want to still be able to be with somebody and still feel like we can enjoy our lives together and not feel like, you know what I'm saying, we over here just.
I hear you.
I don't know how to explain it. I just don't want to feel that same amount of responsibility because if we feel that responsibility, then we both gonna feel like it's pressure, and then we gonna both trying to be a certain way, and then we not being authentic, and then it's like a waste of time. So how can I make it serious with you and exclusive with you, and also not feel like it's pressure behind it? I mean, I guess you really can't pick.
I don't know why you feel that it gotta be pressure behind it.
Because I feel like you pressure. You want me to not feel like you pressure?
I mean, if you feel that way, I'm humble, my love. I mean, I'm just.
So you want me to feel like you basic? If I treat you basic, then I won't feel like it's pressure.
No, don't treat me basic. You can still give me just the bare minimum, no, but effort.
Well, honestly, yeah, you said honestly. Hold on, let me put this back on mute because they don't need to hear. A bad thing. It's a good thing, and I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna villainize it because
I'm not no regular person, but at the same time, like I'm not gonna act like I'm some superstar or something. Like I deserve the most utmost. Like no, I'm not fucking Rihanna. I'm not Rihanna. I'm not one of those girls. Like
what if Rihanna is the most basic bitch you will ever meet? What if all the celebrities? What if all the celebrities is just basic ass people? I've met celebrities before, and some of them just basic. People be making it seem like they got all this attention that they supposed to be so extravagant. When the extravagant people is the people that go clock in every day. Those are the extravagant people, not the people who's well known on the internet. So I think you're fucking extravagant, but at the same time, it's like do you I understand what I bring and what I do. I just hope you know what you're doing and you understand what you're doing and you make yourself available to me the best way, the best way Z, the best
don't worry about it. So as long as you
until he popped out with a side chick. Which you know until he popped out with a side bitch, until he popped out with a side bitch, they was more available than you. So was you really doing what you supposed to be doing? Was you really doing what you thought you was doing right, or was you fucking up?
So it wasn't technically in a relationship. I had moved.
No, but the point is that was your first love, and the fact that he popped up with another girl means that you was not doing the shit. You was in a relationship and you was happy about it and you was in love with it, but you was not putting in the work that you thought you was really putting in, which made him go grab a side piece. Cause a nigga who really in love with his bitch for real, first love or not, he gonna keep you around and he gonna make himself available to you and he gonna be with you and just prioritize you. I'm speaking from experience because that's the standard I bring to a lot of women. So the nigga obviously didn't really care about you because if he really trusted that you was gonna show up the way you were supposed to show up, he would have gave you an opportunity first. Basically, you're saying that he never gave you an opportunity to show up.
Yeah, he did get a car too, and I wanted him to come see me, but he didn't come see me. He lived in Orlando when I was in Tampa. When I was in community college, and he was in Orlando working. I would talk to him. We was on and off, but we always had a cordial relationship. It's not like I hated him for him to. I understood, like, yeah, we grow, we change, we experience. He probably did not have that many experiences with, like,
Same thing with me. Same thing with me. I have not had that many experiences with women. Like I've had more negative experience than I did positive. So a polygamy would be positive in my books because it helps me unlock bondages and things that kept me locked about women. It keeps me if I don't get certain experiences out about women, it's going to make me view women in a negative way because of the things that I still am bondaged to. But I think, and this goes into sex magic, I think polygamy can be beneficial to both sexes depending on what's the goal of accomplishing. What are you trying to accomplish here? So basically, if I'm trying to accomplish another perspective, then having sex and raising my kundalini energy with two women is going to give me a different perspective. Once a guy have a threesome with two women, he's not going to look at women the same. He's gonna be like, that shit ain't really all it is, which means he not gonna make it seem like the one female he with. The reason I was so hard on you the way I was because I had so much. Let me finish. I'm almost done. I had so much bondage around women back then when you first met me. That's why I was so hard on you like that. I was so controlling. I was so controlling towards women. I didn't understand how to really deal with women. And the more experience I get, I really understand that I be doing too much with women. I be forcing it on them too much. I need to lay back sometimes and relax.
My love.
I'm afraid of
I don't
doing.
even care about you. I think that's
I'm
you don't
afraid
even
of
face
doing.
me like that no more because
I'm afraid of doing what I did the first time with you, which is being so hard on you where I fuck up because I'm taking you too serious and I'm not dealing with you the proper way a man's supposed to deal with you.
I hear you.
I don't want to do what I did with you the first time. I want you to be around me because you want to be around me. I don't want you to be around me because you know I'm gonna try to damn near kill you if you leave.
Right. I feel like that's the proper way to be around you because you know I want to be around you. And
Did
I
you
do
did you
want
feel
to be
like the
around
first
you. That's
time?
all I wanted to do was just be around you without you putting a lot of pressure.
But
You
I
getting
was
right
doing too
now.
much the first time, wasn't I? I was doing way too much, wasn't I?
And when you was texting me and working on that, it was not about because I was under. I was not trying to be unavailable. You was texting me about spirituality. That's what we was talking about, and you would blow my phone up. And I think that was just too much. Like you gotta let people go on their journey. You have to let people.
See,
Everybody's
I
journey
was
is
doing
not the
too
same,
much.
and you was doing too
I
much
was
on that. I
doing.
feel like you was trying to make me
See,
catch
I
up
was
to where
doing
you
too
was at,
much.
and like I didn't do that with you. I gave you information, but I didn't like force it down your throat. If
See,
you told me you didn't want to talk about something, I said okay, fine. I left it alone, or I didn't talk about it at all. I let you breathe. You know, I let
see,
people breathe.
and that's what I'm
I'm pretty
saying.
sure
Growing
Brother
up,
Yosef let his wife breathe, and his wife let him breathe. Him, Brother Yosef's wife probably understands that he's a whole different human being, and he's a man at that. Like, you gotta realize I'm a whole different human being, and I'm a woman. We're of course we're gonna attract because sexually that's we know sexually obviously we're supposed to attract that way, but as far as like human being to another human being, you gotta be patient with people. You just can't. It's you kind of make it seem like it's okay to meet people off the street and have a one night stand. Like I feel like I get that impression from you, where you okay with that because you so you so carefree or so you really just like you don't really have you put so much pressure to the point where it's like you wouldn't even mind doing it the first night with somebody because you want to be so close to them up front right then and there. Like you gotta that actually turns a woman
yeah.
away.
See, and that goes back to my
That
childhood
can turn women
experiences.
away here.
That go back to my child. That goes back to my childhood experiences. I be so quick to try to intimately get close with a person, like and peer pressure them, and then next thing you know, we have sex within a week because I was so ready for that close attachment, not understanding that it's a process. And literally, you had the exact opposite with different guys. You would smoke with the plug, and you basically over time, you basically telling me you're the type of female where over time you was able to get to that point over time. But as far as trying to do it right off the bat, it never worked out for you in that way.
I always felt like a guy trying to push himself on me was unattractive. It was too soon. It was too unattractive, and it makes it ain't no fun in that.
Okay, hold on. Let me put this on mute.
Spiritual than I was back then than I am now. I woke up spiritually again in 2019 or 2020 when the economy fucking crashed. That's what triggered my senses again. Like, but I was just basically living in the matrix before that. We
Oh
all know
shit!
what that
So
life was like.
okay. That's all you had to say. So you basically was living in, you was being a bot.
Yeah,
You was being a bot all the way up
I
to
was a bot.
2019.
I was a bot
You
for
was a bot all
real.
the way up to 2019.
I was a little bit of spiritual, but I was not that
You
spiritual.
was majority
I was
bot
not
though. You was
meditating.
majority bot.
Majority bot for sure. I knew not to eat no McDonald's and all that though, but I was still a bot. I still had bot behavior.
That
But
yeah, yeah.
you
Well,
was a bot too back then.
no. Well, yeah. From 17 under 17, 17 and under, yeah, but 17 and up, no.
See, you just caught on faster than I did. You figured out what you wanted faster before I could really know what I wanted or what I needed or my issues.
Okay, so basically you now understand like why I was the way I was with you, and I'm glad you do. So now
Yeah,
you see how you now see how a threesome or polygamy could free me from bondages of being a certain way because of the
yeah,
fucked up relationship I had with my mom.
yes. Yeah. Understand that you're not this way just because. Understand that obviously your childhood does have a part to play in having no father around.
Everything I did, my mom would try to dictate. Everything I did, my mom would have a problem with. She'll pull me to the side. Don't do that. Don't do that. I remember I remember, bro, it used to get so bad. You just unlocked some memories from me. Thank you. I remember it got so bad that I used to hide my report card. I never was a person who made A's. Like the only time I made one A was like a blue moon. It would be lucky for me to get an A, and I don't even know how I got the shit. Most people be like, "Oh, I know how I got my A." Me, I was like, "Damn, I must have got lucky because they must have put an A on my report card on accident." I balled up my report card, chewed it
They
up.
probably did.
I chewed it up and spit it out one time. I ripped it up one time. I used to hide my report card one time. Bro, I never had an A on my report card until I got maybe the fucking 6th grade. And then on top of that, I skipped 5th because I was never even supposed to pass. I failed 3rd grade. They still moved me to the next grade. I never took 5th grade, skipped 5th, and no, yeah, I skipped 5th when I was really supposed to. I was really supposed to stay in behind. I failed. No, I failed 5th grade. I failed 5th grade, but I was never supposed to go to middle school. But they still moved me on to 5th grade anyway. So I skipped 5th grade by not going back to it, even though I failed. And then after that, I failed 6th grade, but I took the step program and skipped 7th grade because I passed the step program, but failed 6th grade. So they were supposed to hold me back, but they still moved me forward anyway, put me in 8th grade. And then once I got to 8th grade, I failed 8th grade, but still went to high school. And then I got to high school, and then ever since then I just been failing forward. I was failing forward. I don't even know how they even. And then once I got to 9th grade, I remember them having a talk with all the 9th grade freshmen, and they was like, "Make sure you stay on top of your credits because if you don't, you're gonna be moving forward with low credits." And I never took them serious. And next thing you know, credits was all behind in 9th grade. Credits was all behind in 10th grade. I was fighting too much in 10th grade, so I went to the program. So I skipped half of 10th grade. I skipped half of the rest. I skipped the rest of the semester of 10th grade and skipped the beginning of 11. I skipped the beginning of the semester of 11th grade. Came back half of 11th grade. Finished my 11th grade and finished all of my 12th grade and passed and graduated. And the only time my brain started really working for real was when I got to 12th grade. So that means whatever spell or whatever I was under at the time was broken when I got to 12th grade, because I no longer was a kid, which means I no longer was getting talked to like a child. I no longer was getting, my mom would put all the business out that I was failing to the whole family. The whole family knew I was failing. And then each individual family would try to talk to me about my grades. They'd try to tell me to stay out the streets like they know my life. And they don't even know who I'm living with at home. They don't even know how she be acting at home, but they worried about me being in the streets, skipping school. But they don't know that I'm living at home with a fucking monster. I'm not gonna call her a monster because that's my mom. But at the end of the day, the spirit.
No, some people just be straight monsters. I was living at home with a monster. No, so talk about wanting your parent to show up to events at school, take you out to go to school, do things at school. Like, talk about wanting to be spending time with your family, your mother, but she's too unemotionally invested because she got her own life problems going on. Talk about it. That was me. All I wanted her to do was just show up and be available. That's all I wanted. Just to show up, to be available. It ain't even that hard to be available. But no,
Was she more
she
available
wasn't.
for your brother?
No, not
She wasn't
much.
available for none of y'all.
We can't even talk about my brother because we moved when he was still in elementary.
Damn.
He been with my uncle for 7 years. He finished out the rest of his.
So he never even. So your mom wasn't available for you or him.
Nah, no.
So ever since he
When
left
we was young,
ever
we got
since he
into
left
it. When we
elementary
got
school,
older,
ever since he left elementary school, he has not been back living with your mama.
or what is it? I think he left in he had to leave 7th grade, middle school, because 7 years from. Let me see, 7 years from. Wait, let me just count.